When was the last time you seen a motivational video and you felt something rise up within you? Kind of like a motivational spike or a dopamine spike. And you promise yourself that you would change and nothing happens, right? That's because most motivational videos and music that you hear now are just emotional junk food. They're used to spike your dopamine. They're used to make you feel like you're going to do something great and better, but yet they don't offer you tactical ways on how to actually be great and how to actually be better. And that never, and because of that, it never changes your direction of where you want your path to go to, right? Motivational videos and music and stuff along those lines are built on moments in those times meant to make you feel good, but they don't give you or provide you systems to help you become better, to help you chase more, right? I know for myself, growing up, I used to be really big into SoundCloud, right? If you Google my name and Derrick Primm SoundCloud, you can literally see my old picture of myself, and I literally have like motivational music. For some reason, I would love that, right? I love the idea of me actually doing something. I love the idea of me actually achieving my dreams. I love the idea of whatever I had in my head at the time that I thought I couldn't do. That track made me hopeful. But what it didn't provide was a way for me to actually be better, right? It's just saying, right? If you're pointing at somebody else, there's one finger pointing at them, but there's four pointing back at you, right? Meaning that many people blame him or her, they or them, pun intended, but they never blame themselves. And what I hope to get into your mind by the end of this video or on the podcast, if you're listening, is the fact that motivational stuff is just meant to make you feel good in the moment, but it's not meant to make you do something. But let's get into it. Did you know that most influencers or most viral content or most motivational stuff are selling dopamine and not discipline and not ways you can be better and not tactical steps for you to be better? Think of all the viral edits, the Mr. Beast edits, the jump montages, the speeches layered with the piano track. I even remember this one video where they was flying an airplane and there was like motivational words going in and out, right? With piano tracks playing in the background. And it made me want to do something because it said something along the lines of, when you die, then you will have a lot of stuff in the grave or something like that, right? But it didn't do nothing for me. It didn't make me want. It made me want to do stuff, but it didn't provide me no way of how to do so. But what you can't get from this is that it can't help you think deeper into what you actually want, because motivational videos and motivation itself, like the feeling of motivation itself, is reactive. Meaning that it's something produced based on what you get, based on the inputs that go inside of your brain. It's like a feeling, right? Think of your life as your fishbowl. Wherever you get in, wherever people put in your head, right, that's what goes back out. Meaning that if you look at the news, if you look at gossip, and you look at all the other negative stuff that comes into your life, and let that come into your mind, then in turn you will spit out gossip and negative stuff. But if you look at a lot of motivational videos, right, yes, it feels good. Yes, you spit motivational stuff out. But if you don't actually take the steps to actually be better and to do more, then you just doing it for no reason. You're just there hoping that you're going to grow, hoping that you're going to be better without actually being better, right? You're basing your drive based on a person yelling in the camera. Similar to how I'm talking to you, I see you, but I'm talking to a camera. Similar to how I'm talking to you through my camera, that's who you are listening to for motivation. Hopefully that sounds weird to you. I mean, it helps, but you need to do steps to make yourself become better, right? And I'm going to tell you why it fails long term. Hey, so I just want to take a quick break from the video to tell you about these two things. The Clarity to Control Challenge, which is essentially a 5-day group call where I essentially answer your questions to help you kind of ease your mind. It could be questions from anything from your goals to how you can like clear your mind if you feel stressed out, anything, right? I do those for 5 days, answer any questions you may have, and provide my insights based on what I learned over time and from others to help you improve your life. That second one is the execution system for those high achievers or anyone else who think they apply, who feel kind of burnt out because they're tired. They do the right things all the time, but sometimes they still feel directionless. It's like you have the map, but you don't know where to go to. And that's what that system is there for. All you have to do is click the link in the description and give it a try. But back to the video. It fails long term because with no system, you have no sustainability. Again, if you have no systems in place, you have no sustainability. So the emotional dopamine spike that you feel from looking at those videos won't help you in the long run. Because motivation isn't an identity. You can't say, hey, I'm motivation. You can feel motivation. You can say, I feel motivated, but it's not an identity. As an introvert, let me give you an example. Imagine those people who many consider extroverts. They could be introverts as well. Their advice is just misguided. But the ones who tell you that in order to get more connections or to meet more people, all that you need to do was talk to more people, right? When in reality, all that you need to do is talk to one person at a time. You don't need to meet the whole conference room. Just speak to a few people and try to build those deep, meaningful connections, because that's what you're good at as an introvert. You're good at building those one-on-one connections. But if you try to meet everyone in the whole party, at the whole conference, at the whole event, then in the end, what do you think you're doing? You're burning yourself out, right? And that's why motivation videos does not equate to actually doing stuff. You don't need more hype. What you need is a system and a structure that helps you become better, that helps you build more. And I'm going to give you 3 ways of how I think you can become better using these tactical tips and mindsets. So there are 3 ways, and I believe the third one is the best one because it helps you on a daily basis, right? But that first one is identity-based execution. I'm going to use the gym analogy, right? Because I'm a big gym rat. Imagine you going to the gym every single day. You don't post about it online. You don't tell your friends that you went to the gym every day. But you show up because that's who you are. That's the type of person, man or woman, that you are. You follow through your promises because you said you would do it, right? Because once you stop chasing motivation and build a system that works for you, even when you don't feel like it, build a system that works for you, for a person you want to become, then every decision that you make in that moment towards a better version of yourself is a vote for your better future. Now, that second one are focus inputs, right? Now, to use this as an example, don't ask the question of how do I feel? Ask what inputs can I do to create the outcome of what I think I should get back, right? Meaning that if you want to have a 6-pack by the end of the year, What inputs can you do in order to get that six pack, right? If you want to get a promotion at your job, what can you do in order to get that promotion at your job? If you want to get maybe 1,000 subscribers on YouTube or 10,000 Instagram followers or whatever, what inputs can you do in order to get those subscribers or followers on whatever medium platform that you want? That's what should be a focus. It should all become a routine and not a reaction. Because if you focus on the outcome or the end goal of what you're trying to do, then you can kind of put yourself in this loop of you trying to meet that goal, whether you make it or not. That's not the point. But if you don't make it, then you feel bad for a moment, and then you will try to set a better goal, and then maybe you won't make that goal, and then that loop just goes around the circle. Try something, fail. Try something, fail. Right? You may pass the goal too. But if you focus on the outcome and not on the individual steps, the individual inputs that you can do towards that goal, then you just won't go far. And that last one is micro patience and micro actions. If you have a goal that you expect to be done on a long time horizon, many people set goals of, let's say that they think that they start YouTube and they make 3 videos in 7 days. They wonder why don't I have 1,000 views yet, right? That's because they're basing their inputs based on the outcome. They're not thinking about what they can do today, right? You have to base your goals based on a long time horizon. For me, when I started my YouTube channel, I gave myself a decade. I'm giving myself a decade, for me to get to where I want to go to. And if I'm not there, then I'm not there. Maybe I may change to something else. But either way, that time will pass. So what are you doing right now to shoot for a better future? Because 3 things will happen, right? 1, you will just essentially get better because it's harder, right? Because the more harder it is, the more you'll be better. 2, you just essentially get better, right? Doing that task or job, which is essentially like number 1, but different. And number 3, you just quit or give up before you meet those goals, because you're looking at the outcome or the future of a goal instead of paying attention to the present moment of what you're doing now, right? It's not about being perfect in 90 days, right? It's about doing one small aligned daily action every single day in order to get you towards that end goal. Your overall big goal is to maybe get like 1 million subscribers in a decade. But what are you doing today? What are you doing right now to help yourself get there, right? Hopefully this video will help you get there by telling you this information if you're listening to it on YouTube or on the podcast. But if it does or doesn't, it's up to you to decide. Your life doesn't change on a short burst of motivation that you randomly get. It changes based on the consistent and daily actions that you do every single day in order to get there, in order to be better.